Hello, guys. My name is Nicholas Earl, and welcome back to another edition of Baseball Talk with the Earl Brothers. And today, we've already had 3 of the 4 awards announced. We have MVP being announced tonight for both the American League and the National League. We kind of assume the National League won. The American League one is up for debate. So we will probably do a video on that tomorrow after they announce the MVP awards. But we have 3 different awards that were announced over the last few days. The Rookie of the Years, the Manager of the Years, and the Cy Young Awards. So we're going to be talking about that here for today's video. And we will get it started in the Rookie of the Year conversation. The National League Rookie of the Year winner was Drake Baldwin of the Atlanta Braves. He received 21 first-place votes and 9 second-place votes. The second-place person was Cade Horton, who received 9 first-place votes, 16 second-place votes, 4 third-place votes, which is kind of interesting. And that's because there was 2 players that got 2 second-place votes each. That was Caleb Durbin and Isaac Collins. Everybody else is kind of far off there. And things along those lines. So there was 5 different players that received top 3 votes. My bad. One person had Dane Lyle as their third place vote there, which is kind of interesting there. Drake Baldwin had an okay year, hit 274 and 19 home runs, 80 RBIs, 111 hits for a Braves team that was kind of dead in the water 8 games into the season, it felt like. So he played a lot of low leverage. He was a catcher, which maybe this is something that we could see play a fact with tonight's voting on the MVP. Drake Baldwin did catch most of the games due to a Sean Murphy injury. And he was good. Now, granted, I probably would have sided with Cade Horton a little bit. Rookie of the Year is a little bit more of an offensive award, though. But Cade Horton went 11-4 with a 2.67 ERA, 97 strikeouts, and a 1.08 WHIP. Granted, he did not have that many innings, which I think is ultimately what held him back for winning the award. I definitely think he was rightfully a top 2 finisher. I would have sided slightly with Horton, but I could see the argument for Drake Baldwin as well. It was not much of a discussion, though, for the American League. And that's because Mr. Nicholas Kurtz not only won the Rookie of the Year, but ran away with it. He received all 30 first-place votes. It was not close, nor should have been close. He was the unanimous winner for Rookie of the Year, as he had 420 at-bats, hit 290, hit 36 home runs, and drove in 86. Hit 36 home runs, drove in 86 runs, a 290, 838, 383, and a 619 for a 1.002 OPS and a 173 WRC plus. Absolutely ran away with the award. This was one of the more obvious awards that were going to be given out. His teammate, Jacob Wilson, received 23 second-place votes, finished with 107 total points. Nicholas Kurtz finished with 210. Roman Anthony finished third with 72. Noah Cameron of the Royals in fourth with 54. And then you got Colson Montgomery and Carlos Narvaez rounding out the players who received at least 20 points of voting there. And then you got a bunch of other guys that didn't really do much there. Jason Dominguez did receive a 5th place vote, but that was all that he did there, which is kind of interesting. There was not much of a discussion for this award. I thought it was pretty obvious that it was going to be Nicholas Kurtz of the Athletics, and it was. We'll move on to the second award given out. This one was kind of interesting because we'll start in the National League because I think the National League was a fair one. Pat Murphy got 27 of the 30 first-place votes. Terry Francona and Rob Thompson. Rob Thompson received a vote for Manager of the Year. Pat Murphy received 2 second-place votes, and there was actually one that did not vote at all for Pat Murphy, which was interesting there. But he received 141 points Terry Francona finished second with 49. So it was kind of a little bit of a runaway there from Pat Murphy winning Manager of the Year for the Milwaukee Brewers. Terry Francona received 2 first-place votes, 9 second-place votes, 12 third-place votes. Rob Thompson had 1, 7, and 6 for first, second, and third-place votes. Craig Counsell finished 4th. Clayton McCullough of the Marlins finished 5th. And then Terry Lovolo of the D-backs and Mike Schilt of the Padres received a third-place vote each. The controversial one for me, and I would get it. They had a great run in the second half of the season, but Stephen Vogt of the Cleveland Guardians won Manager of the Year in the American League. I'm sorry, how? I get it. They had that amazing run at the end of the season and won the division on the last day over the Tigers. He got 17 first-place votes, 8 second-place votes, 4 third-place votes for 113 points. John Schneider finished second in the Toronto Blue Jays, the manager of a team that everyone had penciled into last place in the American League East. And they made it to Game 7 of the World Series, and he did not win Manager of the Year. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. It is. I thought John Schneider was the clear and obvious choice to win Manager of the Year. And I do believe that he should have won it. And yes, Stephen Vogt should have been second place to me. Because Dan Wilson, that's another argument you can make. He got 2 first place votes, 9 second place votes, and 13 third place votes. Alex Cora, AJ Hinch, and Joe Espada round out the managers that received votes as well. Dan Wilson, you can make an argument for as well, taking that Mariners team and stealing the division away from the Astros and having a really strong season. But for me, I don't know how John Schneider did not win that award. I felt like that should have been his award. And the fact that Vogt won it, fine. I had Vogt second, but I don't get that there. We'll move on to the final award, though, to discuss. And we'll start in the National League, where it was a clear and obvious runaway. And it was a clear, obvious 1 and 2. Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates won the award and received all 30 first-place votes. Now, I do not blame anybody for voting for Paul Skeens. He had a sub-2 ERA. Yes, he had a sub-2 ERA. He was very similar. It felt very similar to the DeGrom year, Paul Skeens, because Paul Skeens this year went 10-10 with a 1.97 ERA and 187 2/3 innings pitched, 216 strikeouts, and a .95 WHIP. Felt very similar when Jacob deGrom won the Cy Young Award with 10 losses or 11 losses as well. In second place, Christopher Sanchez received all 30 second place votes, and good for him. He was somebody who had a really strong season as well, and if it wasn't for that Paul Skeens guy, I think he was obviously the clear winner. 13-5 with a 2.5 ERA, 212 strikeouts, a 1.06 WHIP. One of the best pitchers in baseball this season. Third place is Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who received 16 third-place votes, 11 fourth-place votes, and 2 fifth-place votes. The other 2 pitchers that received at least 40 points, because everybody after that was 7 or lower, was Logan Webb of the San Francisco Giants and Freddie Peralta of the Milwaukee Brewers. And, I mean, Logan Webb had an amazing year in San Fran, and Freddie Peralta was really strong in Milwaukee as well, started to really figure things out this year. I do believe Yoshinobu Yamamoto was the clear and obvious third choice, and I feel like the voting got it correct as well. Other players who received fifth-place votes, and those and then 2 of them received a singular fourth-place vote. Nick Pivetta had 7 fifth-place votes. Jesus Luzardo received a fourth-place vote and 3 fifth-place votes. Andrew Abbott received a fourth place and 2 fifth place, and Zach Wheeler received a fifth place vote as well. In the American League was kind of interesting because it was not unanimous. I felt you could have made the argument it could have been, but actually I felt that this was a pretty fun race. And Tariq Skubal wins back-to-back Cy Young Awards. He finished with a 13-6 record, a 2.21 ERA, in 195 and a third innings pitched, struck out 241 batters, and had a .89 whip. He was unbelievable. Received 26 first-place votes, 4 second-place votes. The other pitcher that received first-place votes in the Cy Young race was Garrett Crochet of the Boston Red Sox, who received 4 first-place votes and 26 second-place votes. Nobody other than Tariq Skubal and Garrett Crochet received first or second-place votes, which is 100% correct. Garrett Crochet, this year, 18-5 with a 2.59 ERA and 205 and a third innings pitched, 255 strikeouts, and a 1.03 whip. He was amazing as well. I feel like he had an argument to win the Cy Young Award as well. Tariq Skubal is just unbelievable, though. Hunter Brown finishes third, 24 third-place votes, 3 fourth-place, 2 fifth-place votes. One person did not vote for him in general, which is kind of interesting there. Received 80 points. Max Fried finishes fourth, 6 third-place votes, 20 fourth-place votes, 3 fifth-place votes. Brian Wu finishes fourth with 26 points. He had 5 fourth-place votes and 16 fifth-place votes. And then other pitchers that got votes, Carlos Rodon had 5 points, 2 fourth-place, and a fifth-place vote. Aroldis Chapman received 4 fourth-place votes. Jacob deGrom received 2 fifth-place votes. Trevor Rogers and Drew Rasmussen received a 5th-place vote as well. So I felt like you could have made an argument for Cade Horton in the NL Rookie of the Year. I felt you absolutely could make a case for John Schneider in Manager of the Year, but I feel like the voters got it all right other than those two. I truly do believe Nicholas Kurtz was the rightful winner there. Pat Murphy, yeah. Paul Skeens, yeah. Tariq Skubal, yeah. And if I had to predict the AL and NL MVPs, and we'll talk about this in probably tomorrow's video, I do think it'll probably be. I'm calling Shohei a lock. I think it'll be Shohei Ohtani. Soto finishes second, Schwarber third, and then in the American League, that one's a tough one. I'm going to say Judge wins it and Raleigh finishes second. But let me know down in the comment section below. What is your thoughts on these award winners? Who do you thought should have won the awards? And let me know who you think wins the MVPs. Those will be announced tonight. We'll do a video on that tomorrow. But that's going to do it for this one. I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.